Hello Scorpio, kia ora koutou katoa, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching what it is that I do to share with you. It's a combination of readings through, the tarot and intuitive, but also healing as well. So interesting enough, I talk about healing because there is I wanted to pick up this selenite wand here or rod here, and just give it a little bit of a sweep around here with your energy, with my energy, with the cards, and like really there's something about really giving a reset or taking a reset and changing something around you, or about you as well. So there's like a zhuzhing up of the energy and clearing space. So we're just clearing, the energy and, readying, for you. So there's something about creating sacred space. There's also something about so you can get moving on to doing something and clearing energy for you. So, this is for you, Scorpio, for the mid-February 2022. So we're coming through, and I'm feeling like Spirit are talking. Yes, so we're coming through. So in the energy of Scorpio. So okay, so let me see what's going on here. And I'm using these Earth Energy Oracle deck today. So this one's getting stuck, Perception. So Perception is the first card, and I keep going to read that as Perfection. So Perception is the first card that's come out for you. So we're doing, we're going around the world or around the circle, as per se, as Spirit have talking about it, and seeing what might be coming up around you for now or whenever you watch this video, as a way of maybe giving you a broader picture, or some encouragement, or a little bit of it may be more in the future. This might be coming through for you. So what this is about, or it could be like right in this moment or something in the recent past. Okay, so anyway, so perception. So there may be something there, because I want to say, like they're getting you to face something, because they're like just they've had this, and then I wanted to push it forward. So this is for you, definitely for you, in the sense of not taking anything too, not taking it too lightly, or not taking it too, too much to heart. Okay, because there's something about consistency. So there's something about this perception about shifting your perception about something or someone. Okay, and there's something about consistency. So there may be a little bit of consistent behavior, or a bit of consistent, or what is the word that they're trying to say here come out? Consistency in keeping up with doing something, completing as a cycle, but keeping, like, I'm hearing like repetitive, but it's not really the word repetitive, but there's something you may be seeing, repeating what happens, or responding, keep responding to what serves you well, rather than what doesn't serve you well. So there's something about, your perception about that, and about what somebody else might be saying to what you might be saying. So there's something about consistent communication, and consistently checking in on yourself and keeping things consistent, basically, whatever that means. That it may be consistently turning up to work or something, or consistently, I don't know what it is, keeping on top of things. And there may be a regime, or a rhythm that you're trying to create, or you're working on creating and making changes and shifts in your life, or and that sort of thing. So it's like there's something about consistency, but perception here as well. So those are the two key cards that are coming up for you, and I'm just going to turn them around and face me as well. But this is definitely a beautiful, beautiful energy, very powerful energy here that I'm feeling with these cards. Actually, no, I want to see what comes up in here. I've just been drawn to bring up these ones here. So there's something about deceit here. which is number, 25 in the deck here. So with this perception, so somebody may have deceived you, or you may have deceived somebody, probably, and it may have, ruined a relationship, or it may have altered a relationship in the way that you think or feel about someone. And this is about energy, so there's something about shifting the energy of that. And maybe that's what this consistency is about, is, consistently, moving or shifting, maybe something energy. I only want one card, otherwise it'll be here all flaming night. But yeah, this is about consistency. We'll see what this is about. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, angel of love. Okay, see, this is like, this is interesting, because it's like the angel of love was in, so that may be something about love, okay, consistently loving yourself, okay, or going into that vibration here, because I feel like, this is number 4, and it's like grounding yourself in the energy of love, and that maybe something has come to an end and you just can't see it, and releasing it. So there's something. We have the full moon tomorrow, which is on the 17th of February, and today, I think I might have said that before. This is doing this reading today on the 16th of February 2022. So tomorrow is the full moon, and of course, the energy is expanding. Even like right from the new moon, it's things are shifting and expanding and more and more and more as we get closer to the full moon. So there's probably something, you may be feeling like there's a burst of something, like you're kind of going to the energy is just going to pop, and you're needing to feel like you need to, like, resolve something, or sign something off, or, just release something. So the theme around this is let love be the reason. So, and interesting, you get this card here, the angel of love. So whatever it is that you're moving through, or you're shifting through, that you're mending or building a bridge with, or with yourself, or with somebody else, or something else, about something else, it's like, I feel like something is coming to an end, or you're finally figuring out, or releasing, or going into that transitionary period, or you've got enough there, that you've done enough work on yourself, that you're more in, in that space of taking the next step, or going into the next phase. So I'm just going to move that. Hopefully you can see that. And being consistent about that. So I'm going to turn, this angel of love around. So it's like, maybe you've been like a little bit resistant in wanting to see it that way, or moving through in your healing process, about what that might entail. And I feel like with consistency, we can make things shift. We can, create that shift, and and it will happen. And if we make ourselves, not super force ourselves, but sometimes we need to force ourselves into, to try new things, and be consistent about things. And then depending on what our level of commitment, when I say you're putting into this, and you're really, and if you're wanting to make some shifts and changes, or releasing, or whatever it is, or growth, however you see it, it's like it comes down to us. The 10 of Wands. So there must be something where I feel like you're probably, with this energy shifting, like you may push past it, or like just burst and let yourself move on, and not and release that which does not serve you for your highest good. But understanding that, the process of why you did it, blah 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 blah, how it come about that. So this is where they're talking about bringing in that love energy, and so you can allow yourself to move, and shift, and not take on the burden of, or anybody else's burdens, okay, let alone your own. So, and this is the thing, it's like, I feel like they're talking about, you don't see that as that now, because you're not going as your own. There's something about, like, what they're talking about, just taking responsibility for your own stuff, and figuring that out. And self-love is where they're going there. Be consistent with that, and finding ways to do that. 2 of Swords. So with that, it's like, with this processing, it's like, well, what where to now, and what was a decision again, is like who, what, when, why, where am I going in my life now, or where am I going with with this. So it's maybe like you're needing to like reposition yourself and adjust yourself, and so you can get a better view or a better energy, or sitting up, could be just sitting up straight, and rather than to the side or leaning, or and making a deal with yourself. It's like looking in the mirror. But I love this one. Look at those. There's two birds in that moon, and you could see that as a full moon or a new moon. But I'm going to go with full moon, just because there is a full moon. We're in a full moon energy, so it's like, how beautiful is that? It's really cool. So it's maybe just like you're sitting down now, and there is something that the Ten of Wands, it talks to me about transitioning into a new phase, basically, having let go of things that can that no longer basically serve you any good for your highest or greatest good. So that's just where they're leaving that now, is just keep repeating that. So it's like, no, but you're not going to repeat it. You can consistently be in that love space to release it. Two of Swords, moving, looking for, moving forward, moving in your direction, and considering and pondering, what that might look like for you or feel like for you. But it's definitely making a decision. That, I feel like this Ten of Wands is like helping you to make a decision on saying that, as to, in the direction where you're needing to go or wanting to go. The King of Cups here, and the Five of Swords. So it's like, the King of Cups is like, I'm hearing for you at this point, is talking about, you being, bringing yourself to that nice calm space, and, utilizing, rather than going into the frantic fear, anxious place. It's like switching that around. You can do that. You have the power to do that. There's nothing to stop you from doing that. It's just being like consistent with, what it is that you're learning about yourself, the world, and you're consistently not taking everything on board, or taking it to heart, or whatever it is, or even like dishing it out. So this deceit could actually be you deceiving yourself, okay, with your emotions, is where I'm getting that from. That it's not necessarily somebody else. So and if somebody else is there, it's like how, and maybe you've seen that as you've taken it all in the wrong context, or not. And some of you, definitely, you have taken it in the right context, basically. And but on saying that, it's like, it's like there is a sense of, like, what part in there did I allow that to happen? And there's whatever that is for you. So there's something about, with the Five of Swords here, is like there is that, a battle, that, that mental sort of um, you know battle that sometimes can go on in the mind as well. It's like overthinking. So this one here is just like, just let it go, release it, just lie down. And I love this card because he's just lying down on the ground. The swords are in the ground. Ground yourself and release it to Mother Earth. It's like, oh, wow. Because then when when we're able to, when we're able to let that, so now my ears itchy. So it's like you're getting messages or you're getting guidance, but you're just not like taking action with it, because my left ear is blinking itchy now. And for me, the right side is about receiving the message, and then, often in my own experience, and also in as I've observed and worked with others, it's, my left ear will play up if I've not actually got the message, and and I may be moaning, bitching, whining about something. And it's like, wow, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, I did, and then my ear, but if something is, and I'm, if I'm not getting it, my left ear will begin to get a bit itchy, and I'm like, okay, I got the message. I just got to, like, um, and that happens less nowadays than what it does, what it did, back in the day. Because I'm more trusting of it. And this is why they're talking about it, consistently trusting your intuition, and consistently, just, even if you're not too sure about it, just like, this is about the more that we trust it, the more we're going to know what is the right feeling, or what is that feeling that is, in alignment with what my intuition is telling me. Is it that, is that to let you know that is your intuition. And if you do get it a little bit, you're not listening to it, or you don't listen to it at all, and you go and choose the other way, and you're thinking, okay, that was my mind, basically, or that wasn't, I wasn't listening to my intuition. So it's like it getting in the way, or an emotion. So it helps us, or us, to discern what is, actually your intuition. So they're talking about that. That could be for some of you is your consistency, is listening and taking action. So, but that can be quite tiring, especially at times, and whether it's that or anything else. And also, I feel like I'd say this is not about beating yourself up about it. It's just like there's sometimes we are not in, I guess, as grounded or in a as fully okay in a good space all the time. And there may be time when there are times when we're not in a good space. Sorry, I'll get that right. When sometimes we're not listening, or we're not as attentive to our listening and taking action when things do come up. But on saying that, there is still, you will still have picked something up, but it may be you're a little bit slower to respond to it, or to react to it, or you weren't kind of you weren't heard it, but you didn't take notice of, or didn't actually take action with it. And it's not saying that, and like I say, they're not saying this is not about beating yourself up. It's about creating another, the next time you'll get that feeling that you'll probably more likely listen to it. Okay, where they're going with that. So I don't know, there's someone over here that really wants to explain that. So anyway, the Five of Swords here is just, lay down, release it, lay your swords down, have a rest, do a meditation. It's just like in a way giving in, but not giving up. It's just like let it go, release it, and stop, think, and not, and it's just like not giving up, but not, it's, just giving it up, actually, but not giving up as per se, or giving in into just like giving into yourself, and like just leave that pile of washing on the floor if you need to have a rest. Don't stress the frack out, and get it in. But it could be that you're needing to like reorganize yourself. It could be that you're needing, in some of that reorganization or that organization, and it may be that you're needing to ask other people to step up to help out. So, it's kind of, and there's a few things going on, but where there is a will, there is a way, and is where they're going with that. Queen of Pentacles here, she is like grounded. I feel like this is about, and moving into that space of because this is where I feel like this organization's part come along. So whether you're a male or a female energy, by the way, Scorpio, this Queen of Pentacles is coming in to organize you. So I feel like, and sometimes we've got to make a bit more of an effort, and and you'll be successful in whatever it is that you're doing or wanting to accomplish. And it could be, things around the home, or around in your own personal life, and just or work, or your business career, where you might have fallen off track, for a little bit, and now it's time to get back on track. And sometimes we can be a little bit resistant with that, or a little bit meh, and it's like, okay, do you want shit to change or not? Okay, basically. And but it's cool. There's something cool coming up there. Prince of Wands here. There's something, in search of a new adventure here. So he's moving. He's looking forward to the next adventure. Where to now? What can I do now? There's a background there, and there's like a canvas in the background. There's something ready to go to, kind of, but it just needs some nurturing and that sort of thing. So there's that courage here with the lion, and the strength here. But he's like, oh, shivers. There's the sun is there behind him, like in a way guiding his way, and I'm shining the light from behind, but over into the future. But also there is like we're going towards the sun. I feel like this one is like looking back actually to from where I've come from and what I've achieved, and moving forward into the future, because there's a pathway there and there's a mountain there. So And there are some trees there, but there's just a little bit of planting of seeds and some nurturing to grow. So I feel like some of you may be, Scorpio, may be on a new adventure there. And maybe at the moment just still wondering about, what shall I do? A little adventure for yourself or a big venture for yourself maybe coming up. So I'm just going to, there's two more cards I feel like they're wanting just to like help clarify these and tell the story about what's going on here. The Sun, there's the Sun of hope, inspiration, and freedom. I feel like you've bought yourself freedom, and you may have, or you've given yourself freedom, or you give yourself a bit more freedom to explore. There's a sense of, vulnerability, but more freedom, with this, with the Sun. So the Sun and card in some, illustrations in other decks is like there's a child riding naked on a horse with nothing but a cape. So they talk about that vulnerability, but also not just that, but allowing yourself to be vulnerable, but and free, to explore something new. And I feel like that's like allowing, bringing that child in you as well, that younger sort of energy where we've felt free, different, and open, and able, and willing to try and do new things. So depending on where you are with that, there's something about leaving, going into that space with this perception here. I want to put that up there. And so there is something here with the Eight of Cups. So this is you releasing, leaving these emotional things that were in the past. So not necessarily walking away, turning your back on them, but it's like leaving, because like with this love, let love be the reason. It's so loving yourself enough to allow yourself not to hold hold you back from moving in whatever direction that you wanting to move in. So, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that's grief or something, or something like that, or but it could be a combination of different things, and it could be something that's just happened just recently, where you've had to release something, and and there'd be probably other things, but. On saying that, I feel like for some of you that may be more recent, where okay, I'm ready to move on. I've had a bit of a rest, and I've had a bit of a consideration about things, and I'm ready to move and let myself explore, let myself be consistent. Crikey, that's beautiful. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you now, Scorpio, with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, in abundance and prosperity. Again, it's coming through of prosperity and abundance. Okay? Anyway, bye for now. Oh, I forgot to say, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that now. Leave me a thumbs up or a comment to let me know how this pans out for you. Anyway, bye again for now.